Welcome back. Today's new mantra is the word green. With the earth being devastated with pollution problems, being eco-friendly and being part of an effort to reforestate the world are important. In urban spaces, despite limitations of tiny spaces, many people are trying this mantra in their personal lives. So here's a story about a new decor to green your lives.
Smack bang in the middle of Mumbai's unrelenting concrete landscape is this 1500 square foot oasis. Designed by Shreya Dalal, a landscape artist trained at the Ohara School of Ikebana in Japan, this terrace garden is a fusion of that learning with the practical challenges of a rooftop garden.
Well, basically I love plants and that's why I had this place. So I thought I'll design a garden which won't affect my waterproofing.
To overcome this practical problem, she had these boxes specially made out of stone. They lie 2 feet above the ground and in this simple way avert waterlogging and seepage.
See, here I've used the principle of Ikebana, where I've used the tallest plant, which is a Podocarpus, then the Thuja, then Aurelia, and the plants which are at the edge, they have a tendency of falling down. That's why I put them the ground cover following down that they can droop down.
Dalal's garden has about 60 varieties of flowers and foliage. All these are from different plant families like Paddylanthus, Ficus, Dracena, Alternatinum and baby spears among others. And like all enthusiasts, pottering around in the garden is the whole point of this hobby. Shreya Dalal painstakingly tends her garden for about 2 hours each day. With equal passion, but unlike Dalal on the other hand, Gopi Kukre designed his 1100 square foot terrace space purely by trial and error, guided only by a great love for plants.
See, what I tried doing was to get a slice of nature in clusters in my terrace. Luckily also the layout of the terrace allows me to do these things.
The novelty of this garden we discover then is an arrangement in clusters. In each, a collection of about 40 potted plants, both flowering and foliage, are placed according to his own taste of design and color.
When I come home, I feel happy. Even other people want to come and have a drink. Like generally when we think of campaigns for advertising, many of my friends say that campaigns happen faster here. So I suppose that's a compliment by itself, and that's what I think it does to others.
Also drawing compliments are bonsais, those perfect pint-sized versions that are often admired but difficult to craft. For specialist Urvashi Thakkar though, who's worked with them for 25 years, her garden touted as Mumbai's best by the Bonsai Society.
Bonsais just love sunlight, love the rains, love the night dew and the wind. So all these 3 things make it ideal for the terrace.
Housed in this gallery then are about 200 varieties of bonsai, miniature trees, flowering varieties and even fruit-bearing species. Each plant is crafted in a specific style to suit its individual characteristics and temperament. But fond of creative experimentation, Thakkar takes bonsai a step further and experiments on regional species with results like these, as she explains.
As soon as you start working with your plant and by the time you finish your plant, that's the wiring and potting and everything, you feel so happy, you're so enthralled and you're so engrossed in your work that it's like meditation.
Also looking for that type of serenity and in part homesick for the green open spaces of the city they'd shifted away from, for the Jindals, having a garden in their Mumbai home became a necessity. And this 700 square foot terrace that's 5 stories up is just that.
Unlike other terraces which are paved and on which plants are put in pots, we wanted to create the feeling of a natural environment because that's what we lack in Bombay. So we have green grass and flowers and plants which are only restricted to the periphery of the garden so that we have maximum amount of flat green grass.
And for that, mud and manure was placed 1.5 inches below the surface, allowing grass to grow like it would in a normal lawn.
This garden really was more for our own personal use. So we have these ordinary flowers like Rat Ki Rani, Tagar, Champa, which we put every morning in our temple. We spend a lot of time in this garden. My son plays football here. He practices his football goalkeeping. So it's a very private space. We hardly entertain on this floor. It's a very comfortable place to be. It's basically where we like to hang out.
So while cities grope for space and try desperately to promote green lungs, for some people it's already part of their home ambience, planned for as much as they would for any other space and put together as carefully and creatively as any other aspect of their decor.
Time for a break, but don't go away. You don't want to miss what's coming up next.